దిస్ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చాలా మంది యాక్టర్స్ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు వ్యూవర్స్ కి చాలా మంది తెలీదు. దే జస్ట్ కమ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సడన్ దే కమ్ అండ్ దే డూ అండ్ దే గో అవే అలా ఉంటుంది. అంటే దానికి ముందు ప్రిపరేషన్ హౌ ద యాక్టర్స్ బోత్ ద యాక్టర్స్ టాక్ అనేది చాలా మంది వ్యూవర్స్ కి తెలీదు. ఓన్లీ పర్టికులర్లీ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు యాక్టర్స్ కి ఏ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ అండ్ కాన్వర్సేషన్ ఉంటుందో ఫర్ అవర్ ఆడియన్స్ ప్లీజ్ వన్స్.
So in this movie itself, when I had to, okay, I'll speak about Kala first. Where that was my first. I had to do an intimate scene like that, like where with Toino Thomas and me, and the director had. This is 3 months before when he came with this project, and he was like explaining to me. Initially I said no. I'm like, no, how can I do this? I don't know how to do it. I don't know you. I don't know. Like it's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. Obviously, in your mind. You don't know the person, you're being intimate with another person, there's cameras in your face. No, I can't do it. No, I don't think I can do it. So I said no bluntly. And then he's like, no, listen. We all watch movies and we all watch this. And we, it's like any other emotion, first of all. First think of that. It's just another emotion, like you're getting angry, you're getting sad. You can portray all that. Why can't you portray this? I was like, I don't want to because this is not like other emotions. You're like really close to another human being, and then
we don't do that in public.
And it's like it's awkward, like it's icky. And then he's like, okay. So then he kind of like broke it down to me, like these inhibitions you have to cut it off as an actor. First thing, this is what you are an actor. You cannot have the liberty of deciding what is icky, what is not. Sometimes you're in dirt, mud. We'll be like, at that time, what do you say? We are fighting in that scene, or if you're like falling into that, so you'll say it's icky. You'll not do it. I say no, that I'll do. Oh, that you can do. This you can't do. And then I'm like, oh, okay,
makes sense.
And then he was like, I was like, this is just like once it's cut, it's over. It's not like And I said no, but then millions of people are watching. How do I,
how they're going to take
it? Yeah, how they're going to take it. They're going to judge me. I said, why do you care? Why do you? And at the end of the day, you're an actor. You're portraying somebody else's life. It's not even like, So then I was like, yeah, it's true. It's true. And then I sat with Tovino and then we had this conversation and we like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And when the camera is coming, some scenes you cannot like, and then there is we even discuss on how close do we get? How far do we get? Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with this? And there's camera there. You don't feel any other emotion at that point. You're at that, like when you're naturally kissing or something like that, honestly, what he's thinking and what I'm thinking is my face at that time good? Is my, like, is this...
Am I camera favor or not?
Yeah. Am I getting that? That is what you're thinking about. You don't have time to think about, oh my God, this kiss is amazing. No, you don't. You don't think of that. And sometimes you have to emote. The worst thing is when you have to be romantic and like this and do all this thing, sometimes you're staring at the camera. The camera is right over here on your face. And there is a person standing over that. And there. So Tovino there's a video of what Toby has taken, like during the making, while we were shooting for this scene itself. He's like, you all think that, oh, this is amazing. There is a man who is like about 75 to 80 kgs on top of me, and I'm emoting, like and the camera is it's true. And I had to do the same thing. I'm like looking at the camera, like sitting there looking, and he's down, and it's supposed to be like that, but I'm looking at a camera. And I'm like, and there's a man like standing there. There is no way that you can be like...
And he's like no emotion on his face, and he's staring at...
You can't see his face. You can only see his body. And he's doing this. He's like squinty. And you're like, but you have to be the most like, romantic and... so that's the challenge. That's the challenge. And even the same thing for here also, like in Mangalvaram, when when the first when Ajay sir said he's going to come on top of me, I said no, nobody's coming on top of me. I'm not comfortable with that. And he's like, okay, however you both decide how you want to do it. You both talk and decide, and how I just want to capture that you both were. There was something intimate happening between you both. Otherwise, it will not make sense to this thing. So he had told me back, like this, there'll be a scene like this. I was like, can we not avoid it? And like, you know, all that. Initially, I was like that. And then he was like, no, but this is important. I only then it'll make sense. Like how, like, you know, she's also, this lady is like, you know, such a going to the temple, praying and all that. But madam has an affair. Okay, so to show that, and I said, okay, fine. Yeah, and then so Shravan and me, we sat and we decided that, I said, Shravan, I'm not comfortable with you being on top of me. He's like, no problem. You come over me, and then you just, you know, it's like, because if it's the other way around, I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay.
That scene, I'm not comfortable if it were the other way around. And they were open to it. They were like, okay, fine, you do whatever, you know, is comfortable with you. So I was like, okay, I don't mind being on top of him and then just going, and then suddenly I'm looking and I'm not exposing anything of much or anything of that sort. Like I didn't feel it, like, you know, it was like, you know, you wear clothes, otherwise
you
like
can
crop
adjust
tops
to your comfort if you're moving towards him.
Yeah, I can do that. Then like the other way, then it's going to be like little more awkward for me, like if someone's coming over me and doing that. So I was like, no, I prefer this. This is okay. And they were like, okay. What you come to a common ground, and you kind of like, you know, everybody comes together, and you're just thinking and working, how does it, we have to make, and it worked, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, she was like, oh, she's like, you know, she's having an affair with this guy, and you know, all this.
Actually, that move did really help the scene. It shows your domination.
Yes,
that you're
that I am the one who is dominating the whole thing, and that was important. You know, I didn't want someone else to, and for me it is whatever, you know, this whole, which we don't talk about, the sexual frustration that women have. Like, you know, it's everyone is like, it's okay if men go and cheat. It's fine. Men, that's what they do anyways. That's like the standard that everyone has. But when women do it, oh, suddenly it's like, you know, oh my God, it's such a taboo and all that stuff. But you know, this is emotion, this human emotion that you're trying to portray. And like, you know, stop hiding behind, like, you know, all this hypocrisy and everything. And everybody has to, like, you're just telling.
That movie totally is every character and every scene is a hard hitting kind of reality.
Yeah, people don't talk about it. Like people don't, like, you know, like talking about it. But when the biggest culture shock that I got when I came from Dubai to Kochi and to India is, you know, everything that you seem like, you know, everything that looks perfect. I'm talking about, you know, simple, normal, sadharana people's life. Like not like I'm not talking about, like, you know, okay, in the movie industry or anything. Apart from that, normal people, like who go and do daily wages and work, and they come back home trying to live an honest life. They have family and everything is, you know, it's like, it's all broken. And you know, it's not like, and even if it's in an IT company, or like, you know, if you see people there also, so many people are frustrated, and you know, their relationships right now, nobody has the patience to have sacrifice or you know, commitment or patience like before, like our parents did. I feel like this generation now, nobody has the like, for relationships and everything. Okay, if it doesn't work, dude. Okay, fine, thank you very, very much, bye bye, divorce. That's what's happening now, very common.
Everything is moving very fast, even in the personal lives as well.
It's crazy, like, and even like, you know, if you, and I was like, I'm thinking about it, like, you know, and life is like that. Who are we to judge another person at the end of the day? We can't judge anybody else. Like, you know, it's crazy, like, my best thing was, like, I shouldn't have any. I was shocked, obviously, when this, but then this is life. This is what is happening. There's no point.
Isn't that the case in Dubai? Like, there also broken marriages are there, right?
It is there, but I think, you know, families are a bit more closely knit, because you are, first of all, you are in a place abroad. Rules are very strict there. I'm not talking about, you know, about personal life rules and all that stuff. Dubai, there's a lot of freedom and to do whatnot. But I don't know, like, my circle of the people that I've been with, I think it's because of, you know, they have a mortgage, they have a mortgage to pay, they have bills to pay, they have, so everything you're connected in, you can't really, like, get off it. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen there, but
comparatively less. Because you went there to settle down.
And people have that freedom. You know, there's a sense of freeness and freedom. It's not like judgmental very much here. I'm not saying it doesn't happen there and it happens more over here. It happens everywhere in the world. But here, the hypocrisy level is very much higher.
Okay.
Like trying to pretend that you're something else and then you're something else behind closed door. That hypocrisy level is a bit more higher and judgmental here more than abroad. You know, abroad means, okay, fine. I think like what I've seen is that if people don't get along, they split ways.
Yeah.
And then they do whatever they want to do in their life, which I think is decent enough to do. You go your separate ways and then you decide whatever you want to do. But here it's not like that.
Because the society rules are different here and your personal things are different.
Yeah. Here I feel like, you know, there's so much of pressure from family, from everyone, like, you know, trying to show that you're like this perfect, you have to be like perfect at every time, perfect as a wife, perfect as a husband, perfect as a child, perfect as... at some point people break.
Yeah.
And it's okay to break, I feel like, but don't go to the level of, you know, it's just too much, I feel, over here.
And I have seen a question while searching for your data. People question, Google questions where like people Googled, is Divya Pillai married? Is Divya Pillai engaged? Or Divya Pillai in relationship?
Yeah, there is. So, so the thing is, I was in a relationship for 12 years and we had the ceremony. So this is the first time I'm talking about it. So we had a ceremony. He's British Iraqi national.
Okay.
So we had the ceremony in Mugambika. My parents, his parents were there. So we had the ceremony in Mugambika. But unfortunately, we had to separate. We didn't.
Ceremony in the sense, it's a kind of engagement.
No, like the wedding ceremony happened.
Okay.
But we never got it legal. It was not legally done because he's a different nationality and I was a different nationality, and then there were some legal formalities that needed to be done, but we didn't get to that stage. Before that itself, we had to separate ways because he wanted other things in life and I wanted other things in life. So because of that, it was a mutual agreement to separate, and we didn't have to have this whole divorce thing. So when people ask me, what is your relationship status? Are you married? In a way, yes. But we were never legally married.
It's just the cultural thing, but it's not registered.
Not registered.
Okay.
We never got registered. So, and we just separated. So I was in a very long-term relationship and that relationship ended. So yeah. So then that's the story of it. And now who I'm dating and everything is I just want to keep that personal, because if you bring it out, and I from my experience, you know, when I brought it out in the limelight and, you know, like I was openly talking about it, but then it's better to just keep it unless and until I'm ready to share it with the world. I just want to keep it private.
Yeah.
And I am dating, but I don't want to, you know, like talk about that.
Okay. No, different people perceive it.
Yeah. I mean, like
ways.
when it's time, when it's ready, I will definitely share. It's not like I'm not a person who's going to say that I'm not dating and all that stuff. No, I am dating, but I don't want to reveal or talk about whom and everything right now, because just in we'll see how it, you know, when everything is like going, and then we can talk about it.
That's so nice of you. Actually, I have never seen an actress speaking this way. Like,
I mean,
they're very like straight away. This is what this is. This is it.
Yeah, this is it. Like
that's very comforting.
Yeah, no. Other than this, just keep guessing, second guessing. What are you creating that thing for? I mean, I don't care. Like
it makes life simple
so
and
much,
cool.
Yeah, easier. It's see, we are living in this world. Everybody is dating someone or the other. So how am I different from any other person? How am I different from any other person?
You're not from another planet.
Yeah, I'm not from the other. I'm living here, same with you, having the same struggles and troubles that you have. So it's I'm just a normal person.
Yeah. Lovely talking to you.
Thank
I'm
you,
really telling this. Great talking to you, actually.
Thank you, Harshini.
And great. I want to thank you for coming this far and giving me interview.
Yeah, thank you so much.
She came from Kerala for this interview.
Yes, mainly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harshini.